Hi everyone. So I thought I would share what I picked up from Sephora and Ulta here recently, since there was the VIB sale, as well as Ulta had a sale, kinda. They had a $5 off $10 coupon, which I just got a flyer for, so my guess is that's still going on for a little bit. But they also had free shipping on their site, so I decided to grab a few things that I could just get with free shipping and use that coupon on that were on sale. You know me, I like my deals. And yeah, the VIB sale, I think I mentioned that. So let's just get going here. So the VIB sale, I know this happened a little while ago, but it did take a while to get shipped due to their issues. They were overwhelmed. But I did get this like a week ago. Anyway, I figured I'd share it with you, you know, since everybody else has. So I got kind of a little bit of a interesting mix, I would say. Lots of lip stuff and then one eye palette. This was a little bit of an impulse-ish, kind of. I was really hemming and hawing over some Makeup Forever shadows, the new artist shadows. But when it came down to it, I just wasn't really sure that I wanted to spend $40+ on 3 shadows. I've been kind of wanting a mint colored eyeshadow for a really long time. Not really long, I don't know, 6 months maybe. And I just can't find one that I like. And I don't know, I'm having difficulties coping with this. But I couldn't see that shadow in person, the Makeup Forever one, since they have so many and there's only so many available in store with Sephora. So I just decided I'm going to try to find this elusive mint shadow elsewhere. So when I was thinking about if I wanted any other eyeshadows, I thought, you know what, let's just get the electric palette. So I did, when Emily and Kristen Game did that electric challenge, I also did that, but without the actual Urban Decay electric palette. So I do have brights. It's not completely foreign to my collection, but I don't have a lot of colors like these. So I figured, you know what, let's do it. I don't have anything that's kind of like this chartreuse color. It's hard to get good purples and pinks, quite honestly. A lot of them don't have very good pigmentation. I thought that this color, it's so vibrant and so interesting, and the pink is so pretty. The teal and the blues are so pretty, and the silver, it's not super pigmented, but you can add it as just like a wash over a color, and it adds this really neat kind of, it's not glitter, it's just like a sparkle that can sometimes look a little wet. It's really pretty. So I've been very pleased with the palette, and I have obviously not taken the plastic off the mirror. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I was just so excited to use it. I just didn't stop to peel it off. That looks much better. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this purchase. I had initially been put off because it does have that warning about not using a fair number of the colors on your eyes, but it doesn't say that in Europe, so I figure if it's safe for Europeans, it's probably safe for me. I have noticed a small amount of staining, and I will include possibly some pictures from Instagram of these different lip products and eye products as I've been using them, because I do face of the day pictures pretty regularly on Instagram, not every day, but quite often. I would say, I don't know, 75% of the days I have a picture up there. So if you're curious to see what kind of makeup I've been wearing lately, go ahead and follow me. If not, then that's fine too. Awkward. All right. So I did get a 100-point thing. They don't often have the rewards that I'm interested in. Every once in a while I do get one though. And one I used just because I was curious if it would work for me, since it really didn't work for a lot of people. This Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB Advanced Performance Cream Eyeshadow in SPF 15. I like the idea of having another option with SPF for my eyelids. I have a lot of freckles up there, so obviously I've had a lot of sun exposure to my eye region. And normally what I do is just take my tinted moisturizer that has SPF 30 in it up over my eyes, but sometimes that can get pretty creasy. So I believe Kristen Game, and I feel like I've seen other people talk about this and that it was horrible. I know for her it really didn't work, that it was very creasy, etc. I have tried it once, I believe, no, twice. I think I wore it alone more or less once, and then I wore it with shadows. The one with the shadows I think was a really bad test because I think that it was not optimal and I had a lot of fading and creasing. But I want to try it again. I want to try it again with what? Come on, think. I want to try it again in a better situation where I don't have anything else on my eye before I put that on, and also with a primer underneath it, because it does have a good amount of coverage in it, so I could use it more like Painterly Paint Pot, which I do like a lot, but since the texture is so dry, sometimes it can look really cakey, and this is very not dry, and I don't think it's a similar tone as Painterly, but it kind of performs the same kind of function. It feels really nice on the lids. It feels very smoothing and whatnot, and that's part of their claims. So I got one big set of things, but I did get one more individual item, and this is one of the little mini Bite matte lipsticks. It comes in a little box that looks like an ornament. So this is only like $12 and full size is like $22 or something. And the shade I got is Gavi, and yeah, it's called a matte cream lip crayon. So it looks like this, and that's what I have on my lips today. The smell is so familiar. It makes me think of a fruit cake. Like a cranberry nut cake or something. I don't know what it is that scent is making me think of, like sweet, quick breads, but it does. So far, I like it. I don't know that it's any better than like my Maybelline Creamy Mattes. I think the pigmentation maybe is a little bit better, but the comfort in wearing, etc. I haven't really determined yet how I feel about it. I haven't worn it enough, so. But overall, I like the color. It's not, I was interested in a different shade, but it sold out. So this one was like, okay, whatever. But I do like the color. It reminds me of the Daringly Nude from the Maybelline Creamy Mattes, but just a deeper version of it. So if that one's too light for you, maybe you want to try this one out. The last thing I got from Sephora was the Give Me More Lip Stash or Kit or whatever it's called. And it's a whole bunch of minis and one full size lip products, and I have tried most of these, not all of them. Let's see, the full-size product is this Tarte Power Pigment Lip Surgeon's Power Pigment pencil, I suppose, and it's in Flush. Should we swatch these things? Sure, why not? I totally swatched the wrong way. All right. We'll go ahead and do a little swatch on the hand. I'll try to make these small. We'll see how that goes. All right, so there's Gavi, there's that Flush. So this does have a fair amount of pigmentation. I think I maybe tweeted, or I don't know. I thought that this color was similar to something else when it was on my lips, but I don't remember what it was. And they had basically categories within this kit. So it had reds, berries, nudes, pinks. I think that was all the categories. I think so. So let's go with pinks. This Too Faced Melted Fuchsia. I have not worn this on my lips yet, I don't think, but it looks so bright. I swatched it and I was like, holy moly. Holy moly. You know, since I'm so fair, things look intense on my face. And this is an intense color. So there's Melted Fuchsia. What else qualifies as a, yeah. Makeup Forever. This is their, what's the name of it? Aqua Lip in 3C. This. I'm gonna put this over by Gavi because it's much more, it's quite similar actually. There is that. So that one, it's kind of dark. I would be interested, well, two things. This came off with eating and drinking quite quickly, which I was a little surprised because I've heard people say that this really sticks on. I think I just filled my lip completely. Did I put something over it? I don't know. I have to test this more, but I was a little bit surprised that it came off so easily. And it is pretty deep. Whatever. Bare Minerals Moxie in Speak Your Mind. I'd put this on originally today, but I decided it was way too pink for the eye look. It just didn't really go. So I switched out to the Gavi. I feel like it doesn't look super pink, but on my lips it was looking really pink. Let's see, we'll do this one next. The Stila Stay All Day Vinyl Lip Gloss. I should have grabbed. I have worn this once. I put it on later in the day though. But it seemed like it was staying pretty well. And there is that. If you are interested in seeing me do like lip swatches of any of these, let me know. I will do that. I'm not gonna swatch this one because it's fresh and I have this in full size and maybe I could give this to somebody perhaps. It's the Too Faced La Creme in Naked Dolly. And I have a video of swatches of it on me. So if you want to see it on this one on my face, then you can watch that video. It's the only one that I had previous. And that's kind of, it had me, I was waffling for a bit on this kit because I really wanted it, but it was $59. Granted, I was getting a discount, but still, I was waffling. The Benefit Posy Balm, and this is like the most pathetic sample size ever. All of these others are very much like deluxe samples to like travel size, I would say. Cora from Vintage or Tacky did a video where she did swatches on her lips, and also she gave the amount of product that came in this kit size and how much the full size is quantity wise, and it was really, really pathetic for this one. This one was such a tiny fraction of full size. I mean, this is all you get. That's it. I think I posted this on Instagram. I couldn't believe it. It's some ridiculous amount of like 0.01 ounces or something. Really pathetic. And there's a swatch of that. Since I don't have much pigmentation in my lips, this actually has a really nice effect, and I really like how it looks. I don't like the smell. I don't really like what it does to my lips. It kind of dries them out. If you know of something that's very similar like that, where it's sheer, but there is some color to it when you build it up, the problem I usually have is those, they go too bright on my face, like the Maybelline Baby Lips in Pink Punch, that goes like, whoo, super bright. So yeah, I would love to get something that was like that, but isn't actually that, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, I've got another pink. So this is the Bite Luminous Cream Lipstick in Palomino. This is really similar to Mesmerizing Magenta from Maybelline Creamy Matte. And I don't know if I posted that. I took pictures of swatches. Oh, something in my eyeball. It just started flinching. Whew. This is gonna be a hot mess of a video. There is Palomino. So this has a much shinier finish, a sheen, as it were. It's a very like shiny cream finish. So when you kind of matte down Palomino versus Mesmerizing Magenta, they're very similar, but this does have a slightly different color to it. I think maybe it has a little bit more blue in it, perhaps. I'm not sure, but the color is different, but it's quite similar. And if you like that color, I think you would definitely like Mesmerizing Magenta. In that one, I would say I like the formula of Mesmerizing Magenta better than this, because this transfers really easily, and this stains mega stain. Like I had some dryness on my lips. the day I wore it, and I had to exfoliate it off because it had so brightly stained that dry skin. Oh, it was bad. Let's do, I guess, the reds. Laura Mercier Cream Smooth Lip Color in Red Amour. This is a really pretty packaging. I like this one. This one I have not touched. Ooh. Oh, whoa. Whoa, that's really soft. This seems similar to the Bite formula. There's that. Very pretty. Oh man, I just realized I forgot one. I also have not tried this one. It's so cute. It's the Hourglass Icon. What is the name of this? I don't know. It's got a name. Icon, I believe, is the shade. Oh, it's so cute. I just can't get over it. Oh my goodness. Oof, that was hard to pull out. Oh, it's terrible. Oh my. I think Cora said that this was actually quite difficult to work with because the doe foot is like really wobbly. I totally can understand that from that swatch. That was kind of potentially really messy. Huh, I haven't opened a lot of the reds, so that's kind of funny. I have not even busted open the package on this one. This is Sephora, Sephora branded, what's it called? Rouge Infusion. And the color is Red Essence. I do find it, I mean, I don't know. I know a red isn't just a red, but having so many reds, it would not be my choice if I were designing this little kit. I think a few reds are okay, but I feel like, well, I guess it's only, I'm complaining. There are 3 reds. Is that right? No, 4 reds. So this is another doe foot. I think I have heard good things about this formula, perhaps. And I think I was considering buying one of these separately, so we'll see. That seems like an actual brownish red. So I've noticed a lot of reds actually are pretty pink. All right, the last red lip color is a Kat Von D, what are these called? Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Outlaw. This one I have tried, that's why it's in my bathroom. I did not love this formula. Oh, I just swatched right over that BB eye shadow, cream shadow thing, which has sparkles in it. That's, I think, something Kristen mentioned too. It's weird. It's like really teeny tiny micro glitter. Strange. There is the Kat Von D. When I believe that Cora was wearing this in the video, I don't know if it was the whole time, but it was very matte and I really liked the look of it. I'm gonna have to wear it again, but I remember being left with a, that was not a pleasant experience type situation. I think that it was very dry, which is not a surprise. It's supposed to be a long wearing type thing, but, and it's very matte. But I have very kind of picky lips about that kind of thing, so they don't tolerate that very well. I put a little bit of balm on, and that like broke it down super fast, which is kind of nice because that means it's easy to remove any kind of oily type lip balm is gonna just take it off. But then it became so prone to transferring, it was a little bit crazy because yeah, it just became a mess once I put that on there. And she did mention that it doesn't come off, but I found that it does. Before I put the balm on, after I had let it set, it doesn't transfer much, but it does. It seems like my spit kind of breaks it down a little bit. So I was having a little bit, you know, if I gave my baby kisses, then I noticed sometimes I was leaving a little bit of a mark. Yeah. Yeah. I feel a little flustered. I'm not really sure why. Gotta put this way. All right. And the last little category is berries. Yes, berry lip tones. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Fresh sugar berry lip treatment, I think they call these. Tinted lip treatment, SPF 15. I have finished one of the plain lip treatments. And the formula doesn't work so great for me, but whatever, I used it. This one has a really pretty color, and it can be built up to a moderately deep lip, but because this is such a like slippery formula, it just slides all over your face. It's messy, so I wouldn't suggest using it like that. But otherwise it is very pretty and I like it quite a lot. I do just wish it was a little bit darker. The Tarte Lip Surgeon's Lip Tint in Moody. This is a nice size sample, I think. And super cute. So this is a little bit more of a brownish tone. I think I posted on my blog, actually, finally, some lip swatches about like sheer-ish lip colors that were berry. Now that I think about it, I didn't include some of the ones I have, but whatever. This one was in there, and I did note that the color tone is a little bit different compared to the other things I have in my collection. So it's more like that Sephora red. You can see a little bit more. It looks more like... Do I really want to say that? It looks more blood-like. Has a little bit more of that brownish tone to it. It's true. That's what I think of. Buxom lipstick, and this one is in Menace. Does it have a special name on it? I don't see it. So this one's pretty deep. A little more pigmented. Pretty color. I may have worn this briefly, but not enough to actually have any thoughts on it. So it's kind of a shiny cream finish. And then last but not least, this lip tar. It's the test tube. I would totally buy more lip tars if you could get any color you wanted in this little test tube format. I think it's an awesome idea because you don't need much of their product. So why would I want a full tube of it? I wouldn't. You have to apply this with a brush. They did include a little teeny tiny brush, but I do not have it out here. So you can use a really, really, really small amount and get a pretty pink look, or you can use a little bit more, get more of a deep look to it. The first time I wore it, I did a very, very light layer because I wasn't really sure how much I was going to need to use. And I was not loving the color or how it looked. So I got a pretty thick swatch there just so you could see what it looks like when it's kind of more saturated. So that's a really pretty color. I definitely want to try that one out with a thicker layer instead of a really thin layer. What I did was kind of something like this, and I wasn't really feeling it. And it wasn't as long wearing as I was expecting. I was expecting it to really stain, and I wasn't super impressed with that first usage, but it also wasn't really a fair trial. So for the Ulta order I made, I just got four liquid liners from NYX. Do you want to see the side without the labels? So I got, let's see, Extreme. So this is the Studio Liquid Liner, and they all have Extreme in the name. Extreme. So they had Extreme Gold, Extreme Purple, Extreme Plum Purple, and Extreme Coffee. So I have, let's see, I wore the Extreme Plum Purple on Thanksgiving, and I did post a picture of my makeup that day, but I don't know that you can really see it in there. And I did wear Extreme Coffee in an Instagram post where you can actually see kind of the interesting facet of that, but I will swatch all of these for you. I'm not really good at this kind of brush. It's the really long, thin, floppy brush. So what I've been doing is just taking a liner brush and getting the product on there and then applying it to my eye. And then if I need to kind of increase the concentration, make it a little bit more opaque, then I go back with the actual liner where I already have kind of a guideline, so I can just try to fill in where I put it with the actual brush. So I did look at swatches of these ahead of time, and the reason I got the purples was because I saw the swatches that they were actually pigmented. It's really hard to get purple makeup that has good pigmentation. I guess purple is just a really difficult pigment to work with because high end has problems, low end has problems. It's a universally tricky color. So I was excited to get those. Okay. So there's the Extreme Plum Purple, the Extreme Purple, Extreme Gold, and Extreme Coffee. So you can see these are all very, the coffee and the gold are very metallic. So it's one of those things where there's so much light reflecting off of it. It may look like you don't have any liner in places, especially with the gold. The gold I think is more of like an accent color as opposed to just a regular, you know, liner color. The Extreme Purple, when I wore it yesterday, I did notice that on the eyes it looks pretty dark and it's hard to tell that it is really purple. So maybe if I had less eyeshadow, what am I trying to say? If I had just more of like a clear, light colored lid, then maybe it would be more noticeably purple. Really pretty color nonetheless. It does not have that, it's somewhat reflective, but it's not as reflective as the gold and the brown. The lighter color purple I have not worn on my eyes yet, but I do see that it's a little bit more watery than I was expecting. But I think you could probably build it up into a decent line. So I'm just kind of waiting for this Extreme Plum Purple to finish drying down. They do, when you apply it with the little liner brush, it does put a pretty thick layer on. So you need to give it some time to kind of dry down and set, and try not to put too much on. They're not water resistant, water anything. With water, they'll just kind of peel up and rub off. So it's nice for removing, but if you do tend to have issues with watery eyes wherever you're putting this, then that is not going to work very well. I didn't have any problems wearing it. And it didn't fade, it didn't flake, nothing. It stayed really nicely on my eyes all day, and then it came off really easily at night. So I was pretty pleased with how it worked. So I think all 4 of those are dry now. So you can see, oh, so pretty. So pretty. Oh, I think that's it. Hopefully this video isn't too long. I've been doing so well for the most part of not making super long videos. It's just, you know, I have to give you my opinion on everything, and that just takes a long time. So let me know if you picked anything up from the VIB sale or Black Friday sale, since this is going to be post Black Friday, maybe, hopefully not post Cyber Monday, which I hate that term, so ridiculous sounding. But yeah, or if you're planning a purchase, I would love to hear it. And doesn't have to be makeup related, anything. I think that's fun. I don't know that I'm gonna get anything in these sales. I gotta think about it. Ebates is having like a double cash back during Black Friday. I don't know if that's extending through Cyber Monday or not, but that's something to look at. If there's something that you can just never get on discount, see if they have a good cash back, because even if it's like 10%, you know, that's not anything to sneeze at, you know. 10% is good, especially if it's a bit of a larger purchase. That can really be quite nice. I think Nordstrom has 10%, and I was thinking about getting some of the Zella live-in leggings because Lisa D1 said they were so awesome. But then I think Ruth from A Model Recommends said recently, she mentioned some ASOS leggings that were really good. I don't really have any good thick leggings, so I would like to get some that, you know, I wouldn't have to worry about keeping things super covered. Yeah, so I'm kind of on the lookout for a deal on leggings that are like a known quantity that are really good. So anyway, that's about maybe some other clothes. I don't know. I've been on a little bit of a kick here lately since I had lost some weight, etc., etc. It's been a little bit more fun to buy clothes again. Whatever. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and listening to my rambling. I do appreciate it. I hope you are having a wonderful weekend. Hopefully you had a great holiday if you celebrated, and I'll see you soon.